I was looking at today's chart, studying. Then it hit me how significantly these powerful transits have impacted my life. You see, I have been alone a long time, raised children, worked, studied, with literally no social life for decades. A large part of this was due to my lack of trust in my ability to choose wisely due to past mistakes and my lack of trust in others, especially the opposite sex, due to the pain consistently endured. I am dedicating this post to the love of my life, who showed me that I can trust the right one and that it's safe to surrender and allow him to lead. And for that, I love him even more, as I never thought I could trust again. Yet here I am, and it's wonderful. As I write this, it brings tears to my eyes, tears of relief that finally I can relax and be in my feminine fully without worry. I hope this blog helps other women out there to change their paradigm and trust again. You won't regret it. Saturn and Neptune conjunct, the illusion of independence and the awakening of trust. This transit resides in my 9th house of beliefs, transforming them beyond what I thought possible. This transit has many facets to it, and hyper-independence is one of them. This is what I will explore today. We're stepping into a once-in-many-lifetimes alignment as Saturn and Neptune come together in Pisces and Aries, beginning early 2025 and stretching right through to mid-2026. The energy peaks on February 20th, 2026, but the ripple effect will be felt well before and long after that moment. This isn't just another planetary alignment. Saturn, the planet of structure, discipline, and boundaries, is fusing with Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, and transcendence. Add in the North Node, journeying through Pisces at the same time, and we're looking at a rare cosmic cocktail that hasn't impacted humanity for thousands of years. Translation? This is not small potatoes. This is paradigm-shifting stuff. The theme: hyper-independence versus true connection. Let's talk independence. Being independent is healthy. It builds resilience, self-confidence, and the ability to stand on your own 2 feet. But like anything, when taken to the extreme, it mutates into something distorted. That distortion is what we call hyper-independence. Hyper-independence looks like feeling like you must do everything on your own, even when it breaks your body and mind, because no one does it right. This is Cancer's territory, the shadow of Saturn in Capricorn. Believing that accepting help makes you weak, dependent, or a burden. This energy is Aquarian, which Saturn was the original ruler of. Rejecting offers of love or support because they feel like threats to your autonomy. The thing with this paradigm is that freedom comes from functional relationships. I remember my psychological astrology mentor doing a class on this, and how we are conditioned to think that relationships restrict, when in fact they enhance. The feeling of autonomy being threatened is Aquarian again, and is a belief system that gets attracted and projected to show us where we still require healing. Building walls so high around your heart that you can't let anyone in, even the people who want to love you most. This is the deception of Neptune and fears from Saturn. It's a trust issue, not trusting yourself to make the right decisions based on past experiences that are most likely learned without awareness or clarity. It's independence gone rogue. Instead of empowering, it isolates. Instead of strengthening you, it drains you. And in the end, it quietly sabotages the very relationships and health you need to thrive. Saturn and Neptune bring this up. Saturn conjunct Neptune highlights exactly where illusions, Neptune, are colliding with structures, Saturn. Hyperindependence is one of those illusions. The false belief that needing no one keeps us safe. In truth, it's a survival response, and again, born from a lack of trust. This transit is going to expose where we've built fortresses around our lives instead of foundations. It will spotlight the places where we mistake control for safety, and it will show us how exhausting it is to try and be an island in a world designed for interconnectedness. I know all too well, being a single mom for decades, how easy it is to fall into the trap of hyperindependence, out of fear that others will let you down. It all comes down to trust, a big one for me that I have just learned how to do. I thank the love of my life for showing me that it's safe to trust. Humans are wired for connection. We need one another, not just emotionally, but physically and spiritually. Without it, burnout, anxiety, chronic stress, and disconnection take over. You can run on fumes for only so long before the body and soul throws in the towel. The cost of hyper-independence. Health, running yourself into the ground to do it all leads to exhaustion, illness, and sometimes even long-term conditions. Mental state, anxiety, depression, workaholism, and loneliness thrive in the cracks created by isolation. We can kid ourselves that we are fine alone. However, our soul slowly suppresses its greatness when put in this position long-term, whether we want to admit it or not. Relationships, mistrust, and emotional walls leave others feeling rejected, no matter how much they care. Something the one in fear of trust doesn't realize at first. It's the equivalent of living in a desert. Too much self-sufficiency dries out the soil that genuine love and support require to grow. The gift hidden in the conjunction. Here's the good news. Saturn and Neptune together don't just reveal the cracks, they also illuminate the path forward. While Saturn calls us into discipline and responsibility, Neptune invites us to surrender, soften, and trust the unseen. Together, they ask, where have I confused control with safety? What illusions about doing it alone keep me stuck? How can I build independence that's strong and receptive instead of rigid and isolating? This transit offers the potential to create healthy independence where we can stand tall on our own, but still lean into love, trust, and community. It's about rewriting the old stories of, I can't rely on anyone, into, I can trust myself and allow others to meet me. My final thoughts. Saturn conjunct Neptune is not here to punish us. It's here to dissolve illusions that keep us trapped in loneliness and over-responsibility, and to teach us that vulnerability is not weakness. It's the doorway to freedom, as are relationships. Independence is beautiful. Hyper-independence, not so much. This cosmic alignment will help us see the difference and guide us back into balance, where true resilience comes from trust, both in ourselves and in others. Want to understand how this conjunction impacts your personal blueprint? This alignment touches everyone differently, depending on your birth blueprint. Book a clarity session with me here, https:/bit/ly/4KOHARY. And let's decode where Saturn and Neptune are dissolving old illusions for you and where they're offering you a brand new foundation.